Hey there. We're going to go over what exactly is technical versus fundamental analysis, and we're going to do that by using AI, our magnificent AI trading coach, okay? And more broadly, we're actually going to answer three questions. We're going to describe what fundamental analysis and technical analysis is, how to use them, and also when to use them and when traders typically use them, right? Now, if you see my previous videos, I added some additional rules to the prompt just to make it better for the video. But when you use Arcade, you don't have to, obviously add these additional rules. Okay, you can just ask the question plain and simple. And that being said, let me tell you more about Arcade as we wait for this prompt to load. Um, Basically, we're on a journey to take from like beginners and experts and just show them that you now have access to Wall Street level technology um, at an incredibly reasonable rate, right? So you can use this platform to learn the basics, like we're doing now, and then also use this same platform to launch a fully automated trading bot. And in that time, we got our answer. So again, there's three questions. Number one, what is fundamental and technical analysis? And it is the tale of two analyses, fundamental and technical. Once upon a time, in the world of finance, two distinct methods of analysis emerged, fundamental and technical, each with its own unique approach. They became the guiding lights for traders navigating the stormy seas of the market. So let's talk about fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is like the wise old sage who looks deep into the core of a company. It studies everything from a company's earnings, assets, liabilities, to its industry position and the overall economy. This method is all about the intrinsic value. The fundamental analyst, excuse me, believes that a company's actual worth may be different from its current price. That's huge. On the other hand, technical analysis is like the agile seafarer, reading the stars to chart his course, because it focuses on patterns within the stock chart to predict future price movements. This method relies on price, volume, and indicators, effectively using past performance to forecast future market behavior. So, hopefully, that kind of gives you a good understanding of what exactly these things are. One of them is looking at the intrinsic value of the underlying asset, and one of them is looking at price movements and kind of how that may predict or forecast future price. Okay, so number two, the art and science of fundamental and technical analysis. Okay, this is exactly how it works. So the journey of fundamental analysis, the journey of a fundamental analyst is akin to a treasure hunt. The first step is to dig into a company's financial statements. This includes the balance sheet, the income statement, the cash flow statement. They then use various financial ratios like price to earnings, um, PB. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. Hopefully that doesn't make me look too bad. So that's the cool thing about Arcade, right? So it's like I don't know what do you mean by P/B. We can just literally ask it, right? So, and then as we wait for that, we'll continue reading debt to equity and other to compare the company's performance with its peers. The financial destination is to find the intrinsic value of the company. If the intrinsic value is higher than the market price, it's a signal to buy the company and vice versa. The technical analyst, on the other hand, is like a weather forecaster. They use charts and technical tools to identify patterns that can suggest future activity. They might use moving averages, trend lines, support and resistance levels, and various indicators like RSI, MACD, etc. The goal is to predict where the price will go based on historical trends. So hopefully that answers that question. So, and in addition to how it works, right? We had a question about PB. That's such a cool thing about having an AI trading coach is someone who's been trading forever, I use technical analysis primarily, so I don't really know what fundamental analysis is as much. So PB is price to book ratio. It's a financial ratio used in fundamental analysis to compare the company's current market price to its book value. Okay. So, and you have this, deep, robust definition. And this is why having an AI trading coach is so cool, right? Because I didn't know that one thing. I simply just asked and got the answer, right? It's freaking awesome, right? So, lastly, um, when do we actually use fundamental and technical analysis? Okay, so it's the dance of fundamental and technical analysis on the trading floor. Traders use these two methods depending on their trading style and investment horizon. Long-term investors like Warren Buffett use fundamental analysis to build their portfolio. They believe in the philosophy of buying and holding quality stocks for a long time. Day traders and swing traders and every other type of more short-term trader, however, uses technical analysis. They want and need to make quick decisions based on short-term price movements. For them, what matters is not the intrinsic value of a company, but the current market sentiment. But the story doesn't end here. Many traders use a blend of both analysis. They find a fundamentally strong company using fundamental analysis, and then they use technical analysis to decide the perfect timing for entry and exit. This way, they get the best of both worlds. And this is more or less what I do, right? I invest in ETFs and believe in certain sectors from a macroeconomic perspective, um, and then I use technical analysis to tell me when to buy and when to sell. So um, in the end, though, both fundamental and technical analysis are essential tools in a trader's arsenal. Each has its strengths and weaknesses, but together they make a powerful combination to conquer the financial markets. And so, hopefully, we answered for you these three key questions. And to give you more context on kind of where we're at in the journey, right? This is really just the beginning, right? And it kind of fits into this overarching framework. We have covered strategy hacking. We are now getting into the testing phase, and then eventually inside of this, playlist, uh, we're gonna have we're gonna be able to use this same platform that we have done all this on, right? This same platform, we're gonna be able to launch an automated trading bot, right? So we need to learn the difference between fundamental and technical analysis because you must decide whether you're going to use one or the other or both. Inside of Archaide, we specialize in automating strategies that use technical analysis. Okay, so indicators, chart patterns, blah blah, and we automate, test, give you all the data behind that, and that's what we're going to be focusing on, right? So it's very important that we differentiate the two, right? So again, hopefully that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Until then, have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.